Hey, what's going on, guys? Darius here, and I really hope that you enjoy my tutorials. I really put a lot of work into them, so if you can just leave a like, on the video, that really helps me a lot. It supports me morally and financially, and I appreciate it if you guys would like the video or dislike it. Either way is fine. That's totally up to you. So in the tutorial today, we will be checking out how to make the Tomb Raider signature that I did a speed art of today, because some of you wanted to see how I did it. So I'm just going to take notice because I don't actually remember how I did it. I'm going to take notice from the PSD file here, and I'm going to teach you how to read a PSD. And now it's not labeled as good as it should, because I was like doing it fast. I was like trying to make a signature really fast, and I'm just going to make a new file with the same size, file new, and then okay. So this is the size of the signature, and we need a few stocks for this one, and I have a C4D stock in the background, the Lara Croft render, and some fonts, and in the background there's a background, which I'm gonna also give you in the description. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to go on to this new file, new canvas, and I'm going to import my Tomb Raider render inside of Photoshop, and it's pre-masked. And I'm just going to delete this thing here, because this is just a tag that the renderer, the person who rendered it, just added it there, for labeling. And I can close this after I saved it, and now I can import it into Photoshop, and I am just going to resize it until I find a decent position that has some nice flow going on. And let's see. This seems fine. To resize things in Photoshop, you just press Ctrl and T together on the keyboard while having the render selected, if you're wondering. And to resize them proportionally, you have to hold Shift while dragging a corner of the square box that surrounds the render. I hope that's clear, so you don't have to ask me every fucking time how do you do that. Sorry, but I'm just saying, I mean, you have to watch some old tutorials to see that. Now I'm going to import a background for the signature, which is a Lara Croft concept art, and this really helps for backgrounds, just getting something of similar atmosphere in the background. Just going to resize it and place it there, and it is similar to this one. I'm just going to move Lara a little bit to the right, the left. There we go, just like that. And there's a light in on the right side, in the right corner, and it just like it looks like it shines on Lara, and that's really good. It fits with the background. It's really important to find fitting backgrounds. Then I added some C4Ds in the foreground and in the background. So let's say that Tomb Raider here, this is our Lara render. Let's right click and make it red, so we know that this is our render, and this is our background, and we're gonna make it gray. Sorry. And now we import our C4Ds inside of the signature, and we resize them how we see fit. So for example, I'm gonna put it right about here. There we go. And I can duplicate it and put it around here, for example. Just move it around, transform it a bit, so it covers a little bit of more areas, There we go. I just want to tilt it like this. There we go. And I'm gonna move Lara a little bit to the right now, because I want to see her fit. This looks good. And I'm just going to erase the render, the C4D that's in the background here. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. So I just grab my eraser tool and erase that thing over there, because I don't want it cluttered. And I'm also going to erase this one here. And I'm just going to make a copy of it, and just like place it somewhere else like this. So we don't need to have too many C4Ds in the background. Speaking of C4Ds, let's import this one again and make it big. There we go. and we're just going to put it like this in the background, and we're going to erase the parts that we don't need, just like the others. After you just added it, just like that. And yeah, this looks good. Let me just move it around a bit. Perfect. And you can leave the C4Ds colored like this, but I really like to make them black and white. So to make them black and white, just click on your C4D and then press Ctrl and U on the keyboard, and this will bring us to the hue and saturation interface, and just drop the saturation. That's it. And yeah, then okay, and do the same for the others. For this one here, Ctrl U, drop saturation. There we go. Ctrl U, drop saturation, and Ctrl U. Is this it? Yep. And drop the saturation, but you can also leave it colored, which looks equally good. And another thing that I didn't do in the last speed art is that you could blur this C4D, you know, just to give it a bit more depth. So I'm gonna go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then just blur the C4D, you know, and we don't need that much blur. Let me just see if I can find a decent amount, and this seems good. 0.9, perfect. And yeah, let's see, what else did we do. Oh, we added the text. Now I have this font called Akihabara Light, I think, and I just wrote Tomb Raider. Let me see. I'm just gonna make it bigger. So just add the text, make it bigger, and yeah, this is not the font. Let me make it sharp. And where's the font? It should be at Akihabara Hyper. It's a Japanese kind of font, you know, that kind of style, and just make it bigger, you know, just like the other video. And I'm gonna transform it just like this, just like I did with the render. And I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna change the color to white. No, wait, red. The one that's under, you're going to change the color to red, and the one that's above, you're going to change the color to white. And the one that's below, the Tomb Raider copy, you're going to hold Control on the keyboard and just move it. Why isn't it red? That's weird. Wait, let me check. Red. There we go. That should do it. Wow, okay. Something's definitely happening here. Let me see why this isn't changing the color. Yeah, okay, now it works. Jesus, wondering what happened. And you're just going to move the text a little bit here, you know, so it gives it that 3D text look. There you go. And let me see how I did it in the other videos. What's the angle? Oh, it's steeper. So just select the two layers and press Ctrl T again and just move it like this. So it flows well with the render, you know, with Lara Croft. And now just copy the two text files behind Lara Croft here. And just move them around here, you know, so to give it that flow that we needed in this signature. And you can also play with the colors. It doesn't just have to be red, you know. Now as for the background, let's make a new layer on top of the background, which is this one here. And in this layer we're going to paint a little bit. You just make it darker, like a vignette on the bottom, just like this, you know, to make it a bit more creepier and enhance the lighting that's coming from the top right side. So I'm just going to make a new layer right here on top of under the text though, and I'm going to select white and just push it once right there, so you see the light is coming directly on Lara. Let me see if I can put it, if it looks better on top of the text. That doesn't really change much. So either way it's fine, and we're going to name this layer light, and that looks good. It looks good so far. Oops, cancel. I'm not gonna save it just yet. What else did we do? We added this sepia color, and we made Lara like 3D-ish, you know, with red and blue. So let me just show you how to achieve this Lara Croft outline with blue and red. So basically this is your Tomb Raider render. You just make a copy of it under it, and see, we have a copy. And with this copy, you're going to have to rasterize it. So now it's a smart object because it has this little thing on the thumbnail, indicates a smart object, and you can't edit it on it. And to do that, you have to right click and select rasterize layer. Once you rasterize your layer, click on this tiny square here with the thing that says lock transparent pixels, and now you can paint only inside of Lara Croft. So you're going to select red and you're going to paint over, and now I'm going to deselect this button, and as you can see we have a sort of a shadow, red shadow of Lara, and I'm just going to move this a little bit to the right, and now you can duplicate this red copy and put it under, and now click on the button again, and this time make it blue, just like so, and now we have a blue copy. And we're going to take this blue copy and move it to the right, like so. And now let me just zoom out, and there we go. The signature looks fantastic so far. I'm really satisfied with it. Apparently I lost all my filters. I had some really cool filters installed, like topaz filters, but with the new Photoshop that I just installed I just don't have them anymore, so I just have to make do. You can also add some color correction, so go to your effects panel here in the black and white circle icon in the bottom of Photoshop on the bottom right, and select curves, and now go to the blue area of the curves and drag this tiny corner here down, so we have a little yellowish effect on the signature, and this one up, so we have this bluish color correction thing going on, and it looks great. It looks great so far. I'm really satisfied with it, but we can do more. Like, let's add some gradient maps. Let's add this violet and orange gradient map and put it on soft light and drag it down. The opacity, just put the opacity up to about 15%, not more and not less, and we just gave it a bit more texture, and that looks great. You can also work more on lighting, like add more lights, you know, on top, like this blue light here, for example, and I don't know, some red light here, for example, on this side. You know, just give it a bit more life, so to say. Let me just add some red light here, and then set this layer to screen. There we go. So just, it looks lightful and stuff like that. Lightful, is that a word? And in the end, make sure to make some borders. So just grab your rectangular marquee tool by pressing M, and then just select a small area on the bottom, and then your bucket tool, paint bucket tool, select black or white, whatever you wish, and deselect by pressing Ctrl D, and now just make a copy of your border layer. Make just a copy of it above, and now move it up, and now you have this this black border going around the signature. But I really like to use white in this case because the signature has a lot of light colors, you know, and sometimes it's just better to use white instead of black. And yeah, it looks better if you ask me. So I'm just going to lock the transparent pixels on this one and just fill it with white. And the signature is done. It looks fantastic. Another thing you can do is make a new layer on top of everything, and then go to filter, and then and go to image, apply image. And what apply image does is put your image on one layer. So if I hide all these layers, the image is still there. See? And I'm just going to unhide these, and you can zoom in a bit, you know, and grab your sharpen tool. There we go, and click a couple of times on Lara, so we put her subject out, put the render out a bit, you know, give it a bit more sort of like a pop-up effect. And you can also blur the background with the blur tool, and just like that, you know, just give it a bit more texture, not too much. I'm just gonna skip the blur part for now. And what else can we add? Let's make a copy of the applied image and then go to filter, other, and then high pass. Adding this high pass filter, 10 pixels should do, is going to give more detail on your signature. So now let's put this high pass on overlay, and as you can see, the signature is definitely popping out right now. So before and after, check that out. That looks fantastic. And I can just erase, you know, like the stuff that I don't need on the signature to be high passed, so to say. So I'm just gonna grab a soft eraser tool, eraser brush, sorry, and I'm just going to paint where I don't need it. So yeah, the Lara Croft signature is definitely popping up now. You can also add some text here on the left side of Lara, and it will look also much better. So I hope you enjoyed this small-ish tutorial, signature tutorial, because I haven't did any signature tutorials. I haven't done any signature tutorials in quite a while now, so I'm just happy, you know, to be back at it. Yeah, so make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. Leave a favorite if you really like it. I'm sounding like Philip DeFranco now. But yeah, that's basically it. Just, I don't know, hope you enjoyed it. Ciao.